I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
It's a $35 million star-studded tale you'll never forget.
The thing at the table just clacked at me.
Laugh with Whoopi.
Can you just slide your butt? Yeah.
In 1996's best family comedy, Theodore Rex.
Love when he does that.
You know, I sit here... By the way, this is a paid request for Vonte. Thank you so much for that. If anyone wants to request any type of videos or topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, anything random, you just send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box, if you will. Theodore Rex, a film so bad that New Line Cinema, which was supposed to release this in theaters, said, no, you're going to direct-to-video land. Even though the film cost like $35 million, they said, no. You're going direct-to-video. This movie sucks so badly. We're not putting it in the theaters. Tough titty. And then the backstory is more interesting than the fucking movie, because Whoopi Goldberg made a verbal agreement to star in it in '93, but then said, well, wait a minute. This is a fucking stupid idea. Let me back out. And the producer said, you do that, we'll sue you for $20 million. Now, I don't know if anybody who's subscribed to me is a lawyer. Number one, I think that'd be cool. Number two, please answer me this question. Can you sue someone if they only give you a verbal commitment? I thought it was one of those things where you need something on the dotted line. Like you need an actual contract signed with your name to get anywhere with that. That a verbal agreement, you just go, did you sign anything? Do you have it on paper? No? Well, tough titty. But apparently not if it was just a verbal agreement and they could still sue. But I don't know. For anyone who's a lawyer, please let me know. But then they settled and Whoopi said, fine, I'll do it, but give me 7 instead of 5 million. So she got 7 million. Then you have Theodore Rex, from the director of My Science Project. And a film so bad the director quit and never directed again. You know a film is bad when they fuck up 1 minute in by going, once upon a time in the future. Which is it? Once upon a time or in the future? You do know once upon a time means in the past. Once upon a time in the future. That's like me going, I'm going to talk about tomorrow, yesterday. What the fuck does that mean? I'm going to talk about tomorrow, yesterday. What the fuck does that mean? Once upon a time in the future. Are you in the time, once upon a time in the past, or in the future? You can't even make up your mind in the first fucking sentence, movie. If you're in the past or the future. Once upon a time in the future. I put too much thought into it than they even did. Could this idea ever work? Where Whoopi Goldberg is in the future as a cop, partnered up with a dinosaur, because these dinosaurs have been brought back to life by this guy played by Armin Mueller-Stahl, he was in the X-Files movie, he was in a little bit of The Game, David Fincher's film, he was in, what's that film I reviewed? The 13th Floor. And he brought him back and they can talk. I don't know why the fuck all the animals he brought back can't talk. Only dinosaurs, but whatever. He brings all these other animals back from extinction, but they can't talk. So you don't have like talking animals and bears and rabbits and shit, but you have talking dinosaurs. They're as tall as a human. So he made a miniature version of dinosaurs. If you're wondering if any of this is going to be explained, it's not. But could this idea ever work? Automatically I would go no. And that's the right decision. But I'm thinking, okay, think back in the day. We had some really ridiculous, silly, stupid ideas that actually worked. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure should never have worked. Should never have worked. Why? Imagine going to a meeting and going, I'm going to pitch you a movie. Okay, what? It's about these two high school kids. Okay. They go back in time. Oh, like Back to the Future? Like, well, not exactly. Oh, what kind of car? It's not a car. A truck? No, it's not a truck they go back in time with. A bus? No, a phone booth. A phone booth. Yeah, a phone booth. Some antennas come out and they go back through time. Okay. They're going back in time to... to save a loved one? No. It's not to, like, they get their... Or they're going in the past, right? They get their, like, parents? No. They're going in the future and there's, like, a battle? No. Well, why are they going back in time? Well, they're going to get some historical figures. What do you mean historical figures? Well, they're going to get Abraham Lincoln, Genghis Khan, Joan of Arc, Sigmund Freud. Why? Well, to bring them to the present to do this book report, this oral school book report on history. Why? Because, in the future, their music will save the world and civilization. Not really, because in Bill and Ted Face the Music, that didn't fucking happen. But anyway, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That was the setup. And I was like, if you pitch that, people would be like, what the fuck are you smoking? Think about how screwy, stupid, ridiculous, dumb that idea is. But it works. It works because you had a director that knew what he was doing at the time. You had writing that was strong for how silly it was. Had a sense of fun and whimsical nature where, for the most part, it knew it was a silly, goofy, fun movie. This is a movie, on the other hand, that a lot of times thinks it's a serious detective story, but then you also have a dinosaur stupidly having hijinks where he's messing stuff up because he's got a fat-ass tail, and he's knocking shit down. And a cookie shooter that shoots cookies into his hand. But then on the flip side, they're investigating a dinocide. Dinosaur homicide. So I don't know if the director thought he was going to do Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Because that had a film noir detective, but with cartoons. Maybe he thought, well, that works for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Maybe, because that has some serious moments. Bob Hoskins, the death of his brother, why he hates cartoons because of that. But Robert Zemeckis knew what the fuck he was doing. Those people knew what the fuck this. I don't mind My Science Project, but it's not like one of the best of the 80s in my opinion. I don't mind it for what it is. But I can't say I love the film. It's better than this. But this movie just... for the amount of money put into it, which 35 million for this is quite a bit. The effects of the dinosaurs, I appreciate that it's practical, and I give a little bit more of a pass than others who just outright hate it. Because I go, well, with so many films I've seen with horrible, shitty CGI, I actually appreciate animatronic work being done, and I'm a sucker for it. And they kind of look like the dinosaurs on that TV show, Dinosaurs, the sitcom. Although those had a bit more finesse because Jim Henson's group, they're professionals on that. Some finessing need to be made. But I appreciated going for practical. And going back to the idea, maybe with a better script, maybe with a more balance of tone, maybe without some of the stupid, lame humor that just... And the fucking fart jokes. Yes, this is a movie where literally the line says, I didn't butt trumpet. One of these things is leaking. What's that smell? I didn't butt trumpet. So if you ever wanted to hear the term butt trumpet, here's your movie. No, I never needed to fucking know that. Thank you, movie. Fuck you. Suck my fucking dick. You piece of shit. And I do think this movie's a piece of shit. Is it one of the worst films of all time? Well, yeah, I understand. I've seen Pocket Ninjas. I've seen Feeders and Feeders 2. I've seen Disaster Movie, an epic movie. You know, I've seen, you know, fucking Robo Vampire and what the hell was that one? Neil Breen movies. I've seen The Amazing Bulk. This movie is head and shoulders above those, because at least there's an attempt at the production design. This seems like the director was a fan of the Super Mario Brothers movie and said, I want to go in that direction. And I actually like the Super Mario Brothers movie. I'm one of the few that actually likes that film. And that's the thing, when people go, oh, that movie's so awful. No. An awful version of that movie is this movie. Because there's with dinosaurs. It's trying to have a film noir, I don't want to say, but like a darker look to the proceedings. It doesn't work. It does not work in this aspect. It really doesn't fit. Whoopi Goldberg, she just is either wooden or pissed off. Because she probably was pissed off because I'm doing this fucking movie with this fucking... I just imagine her character in Jumpin' Jack Flash. And she just goes to the director, I'm going to kick you in the nuts till they get lodged in your fucking nostrils. And just... But that sadly goes to her character. It just, she's either, I don't give a fuck, or she's pissed off. Those are the only two things. Whoopi Goldberg, I don't give a fuck, pissed off. Pissed off, don't give a fuck. It doesn't make for an entertaining character to watch on screen, especially for Whoopi Goldberg. You want to see what... I love Jumpin' Jack Flash, I like Sister Act, I like Ghost. Go watch those instead. Armin Mueller-Stahl, you know he's the bad guy because it gave it away in the opening credits. The title, like the Once Upon a Time in the Future, gives the entire story, but then the movie plays off as if when that's revealed, it's a surprise. Where he's the bad guy, he's going to launch something to put a new ice age because he wants to do another Noah's Ark, New Eden, Paradise, or whatever the fuck. Like, this is a plot they're supposed to find out, but they gave away in the opening crawl. Like, why are you having the mystery of what this plan is when you gave it away in the opening crawl? Why do you have a surprise, oh my god, it was you, when you gave it away in the opening crawl? You have, I forget the actress, but I think she played Drusilla in the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then Stephen McCaddy, who looks like, I don't know. He has the haircut of... Oh, how the hell do I describe him? Stephen McHattie is a good actor. He's wasted as the sort of henchman for Armin Mueller-Stahl's character. That's his long black hair. Also, you know it's bad when the first actual scene is Stephen McHattie killing a dinosaur with an exploding butterfly. He lets loose a butterfly, flies over, blows up in front of the dinosaur's face. We're in our kids' movie. Let's start a Ninja Turtle film where one of the turtles get raped in prison. That'd probably be Zack Snyder's version of Ninja Turtles. But so you go from that, a dino exploding from a butterfly, to our lead dinosaur, Teddy, T-Rex, Teddy, getting dressed up, talking to his dog, and a cookie shooter shooting a cookie into his hand. But then you have like Whoopi Goldberg and another cop on a case. A person gets killed. You have this action scene where she's being dragged behind a van. One of the bad guys is Bud Cort from Harold and Maude. It's like we see a person dead. Whoopi Goldberg and the cop are in front of this person, but they're still joking and laughing and smiling. Oh, well, they killed this guy because he's a clone. They wanted his body parts or whatever the fuck he was. I'm like, what the fuck? So, if this is all the case, then why are you cops joking? When you be like, oh my god, this guy's dead. Comedy! Maybe I'm missing something. If I'm missing something, I apologize. Maybe I missed something. I had to, right? I have to give... No, I don't... Do... Yeah, okay, if I missed something, I apologize. Maybe I missed something there. So I'll let her go, because if I did miss something, it's even more stupid. If I did miss something, it's my fault. And as I said, the humor is either... He's clumsy with his tail. He's clumsy with his tail. Accidentally hits a woman in the ass, and the woman thinks it's the guy behind him and slaps him. Richard Roundtree's Shaft is the police captain. Taps Richard Roundtree on the shoulder, and you have this bouncy boing boing sound effect for some reason. That's what I mean. You want to have a dinosaur explode with a butterfly, but then a tail bouncy 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 boing boing. You're investigating the death of a dinosaur, but then you have a bunch of fart jokes. Peter Kwan, the guy who played Rain in Big Trouble in Little China. He was also Eddie Tane, Eddie Taunt. I forget his name in The Golden Child. But yeah, Rain from Big Trouble in Little China. That's one of the people our two leads go to. There's a point he literally sits on him and farts on him to get information. Or there's a scene where he farts coming out of an elevator. It's funny because I read a little bit about this. I did not remember a thing about this movie. And as the movie's going on, I remember reading, oh, there was a bunch of fart jokes. I'm like, I don't see any fart. Oh, now he's like 1, then 2, then 3. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you saved him just to go, didn't you? And the case is boring. They go to one place, they go to another place, they go to this species club with a bunch of dinosaurs. This one has the hots for Whoopi Goldberg because he loves soft skins and wants to hit on her. I forget what dinosaur that was. I actually thought he was the best looking dinosaur for me. I thought I liked his design. I don't think he actually talks. He just makes noises and flirts with Whoopi Goldberg. Not that I blame him, because I would too. I like Whoopi Goldberg. So I don't blame the dinosaur for flirting with her. I'd do it. But fucking... that dinosaur, he's in that one scene, then he pops up at the very end. I would rather much see more of that dinosaur than Teddy. Fucking annoying ass. Which is sad. The dinosaur that has no dialogue, and the only thing is he flirts with Whoopi Goldberg, that was a more interesting dinosaur to me than your lead character. Not only design-wise, look-wise, but fucking character-wise. Maybe because he had no dialogue, so he wasn't annoying and actually shut the fuck up. Or because he was hitting on Whoopi Goldberg, so he has good taste. Let's have a movie with that dinosaur. Instead, you get like a random dinosaur that keeps burping on Whoopi Goldberg. If you wonder if that leads to somewhere. If it led to Whoopi Goldberg beating the fuck out of him, like, there's this movie she did called Fatal Beauty. This one bitch keeps fucked with her, and Whoopi Goldberg like punches her out, slaps the shit out of her. She should have done that with the dinosaur. It's like, no. Just keeps burping at her randomly. Carol Kane from Scrooged, When a Stranger Calls, the original. She voices Molly, the singer at a club. I guess they're trying to do, what, a Jessica Rabbit, film noir singer type? Again, going back to Who Framed Roger Rabbit connection. And Teddy falls in love with her, and then there's a point they're dancing among the apartment, and the one joke is, oh, they're wrecking everything because their tails keep hitting shit. Or Whoopi Goldberg be more pissy. Or some awful dinosaurs. Like, there's one dinosaur with a bunch of teeth, like... And Whoopi Goldberg, like, the one moment she has humor, she's laughing at this, saying, like, you think you don't get any? Which is probably why they used that in the trailer, because it was the one time she actually had some kind of laughter in her. You get other lame attempts at humor. There's a point where Teddy needs a new set of clothes. So you're in this thing that just gives you new clothes. So at one point, he's Scottish. He starts talking like he's Scottish. At one point, he's Mexican. He starts talking like he's Mexican, I guess. I'm sure the words offensive and stereotypical would come up with other people. To me, I just thought it was fucking stupid and unfunny. Lame attempt at humor. And this stuff, you go, what the fuck? Like, they decide to kidnap Molly Rex, and they decide to kidnap this kid who is friends with Whoopi Goldberg. How they kidnap the kid? They create a fake arcade machine in the middle of a random alley. So the kid's like, what's this? Walks up to it, and the guy pulls through the fake arcade and pulls him in. What the fuck? Oh my god. I didn't butt trumpet. One of these things is leaking. She tells him to tiptoe, so he literally yells, tiptoe, tiptoe, tit-tat-toe out of my face. Cross you out, Teddy. Can we have Teddy Ruxpin instead than you fucking asshole? This is one guy they talk to who's a little guy in a bag. Because they go to another person, he's farting in an elevator. He starts talking like Arnold, and then Bogart, and then Jack Nicholson. I don't know who the fuck the guy is who voiced Teddy, but he maybe just a victim of a shitty script. And I think that's the thing, you have a shitty script. You know what it is? It's kinda... It's a PG version of the Happy Time Murders. I just realized that. Because the Happy Time Murders is very much R-rated. They're both concepts that maybe if done the right way, learning from the ridiculousness of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, from the solid work done by Who Framed Roger Rabbit, maybe you can make something, because I am open to weird, crazy ideas, because I see so many movies, I'm open to a crazy, ridiculous thing, if it's done right. If it's done wrong, you get junk like this, and you just go, this is fucking stupid. If it's done right, you get Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, or Who Framed Roger Rabbit, or something of that note. The Happy Time Murders sadly went through that in this film. Granted, that film I'd rather watch than this. Because the Happy Time Murders, its R-rated gimmick was at least something to watch compared to this. As lame as that sounds, that's true. But this, again, Peter Kwan, Rain from Big Trouble in Little China, you gotta have a big dinosaur sit on him and fart on him. He's like, no, no, no. And then he threatens to eat him and they get the info. They get to the bad guys. He's swinging, knocks some bad guys down. Gets one of the bad guys. And they're going to chopper. He's hanging from the chopper. They get to this frozen zoo. Armin Mueller stalls the bad guy. I find it funny because they save Armin Mueller's stall because we need to arrest him. No using of guns. But then they let Stephen McHattie get blown up in the Jeep. So I'm like, okay, you're fine with murder as long as it's not with guns, I guess. Then what the fuck was the whole point of no guns? You're fine with McHattie getting blown up in a Jeep. Dying from that, but... No, I won't use guns. What the fuck? If you're fine with killing, just use the guns. Stupid dino fuck. I mean, the fucking movie ends with the words, see ya. I'm not kidding. It ends with the words, see ya. Fuck you. How about that? How about you end it with, fuck you. See you next Tuesday. Put them together. That's what the fuck you are. You stupid fuck. Fuck this movie. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. Maybe I could give leniency on the world it built and some of the look of the dinosaurs because, like I said, I appreciated doing it for real compared to the whirlwind of CGI that's on Sci-Fi Channel and Asylum and many films today that just go for broke on dirt cheap CGI. And practical effects, even if not done the best, still have more of a charm to me than really bad CGI. And if this was made nowadays, it would be just bad, hokey CGI. So I kind of appreciate the fact they tried, even though at times the lips don't match the best. And there's a lot of things that could be smoothed out. And then the one dinosaur hitting on Whoopi Goldberg at the end as well. He was better than Teddy. Let him be the star. He stole the show from me. I wanted to know more about that dinosaur. He's like, Whoopi. He doesn't say that, but I'm like, I want more. Tell me more about this guy. He stole the show. He was my favorite character in the movie. And that shows how fucking bad this movie was. Stupid plot, bad humor, weird changes in tone, and a lead star who did not give a fuck because she was forced to do this film under threat of being sued $20 million. And a lot of spots of it being boring, or the jokes being, oh, my tail is fat. Whoops, I knocked something else down. Oh, there's a fart joke. I didn't butt trumpet. See ya. Once upon a time in the future. Fuck you. Fucking shit. See ya.